Hi guys, it's Rachelle here. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. So recently there's quite a few books that I added to my library. Yeah, when it comes to book shopping, it's something I can't help myself to. So in this video, I will be showing you all the books that I got since my last book haul. There's quite a few books, so let's just say it's a massive book haul. Some books I got very recently, and some books I picked up a little while ago, but I just haven't talked about it on my channel, so I'm just gonna put it into this video. I'm so excited to share and talk about the books that I've collected lately. But before we get into this video, if you guys haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon to stay up to date when and what I post, and give this video a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's just get into this book haul. The first few books that I want to share with you are the books that I have been gifted. The first book I received is Caraval. This was gifted to me by one of my friends. I believe it is a fantasy novel with a hint of romance in it, and this book is the first book in the Caraval trilogy. Not last year, but I think the year before in 2021. I had a phase where I absolutely loved and could not stop reading fantasy novels with some romance in it. I remember that year I just read so many series and I was just having a blast. But then 2022 hit and I kind of drifted away from fantasy novels. I was more into reading standalone books than series. I guess I really just wanted to try to read new books and different genres. And since then I've just taken a break from fantasy novels. But when the time comes and I feel ready to pick up another fantasy novel, and of course when I'm craving a little romance, this book will be the book I pick up, and I think I will actually really like it. The next book I received is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I've actually already read this book. The copy I read was actually not my book. I borrowed this book from a friend and then I was actually gifted a copy after I read it, so I now have this book in my library. This book is about Lily, who always hasn't had it easy, but that's never stopped her from working hard for the life she wants. She's come a long way from the small town in Maine where she grew up. She graduated from college, moved to Boston, and started her own business. So when she feels a spark with a gorgeous neurosurgeon named Ryle, everything in Lily's life suddenly seems almost too good to be true. Ryle is assertive, stubborn, maybe even a little arrogant. He's also sensitive, brilliant, and has a total soft spot for Lily. But Ryle's complete aversion to relationship is disturbing. As questions about her new relationship overwhelm her, so do thoughts of Atlas, her first love and linked to the past she left behind. When Atlas suddenly reappears, everything Lily has built with Ryle is threatened. I'm not going to talk too much of my thoughts about this book because I did do a reading vlog for it, so if you want to see it, it will be linked up in the info card. To keep things short, what I will say is that I didn't love this book as much as I wanted to. Like, it was a decent read. It was sad, but I still enjoyed it. But I feel like this book was overhyped. Like, it was a good read, but it didn't really stand out. In my opinion though, out of all the Coho books I read, this one is probably one of the best ones. The next few books that were gifted to me are books sent to me by Aardvark Book Club, who is the sponsor of today's video. Aardvark Book Club is a fairly new book subscription box. They just launched in October 2022 and they are established in Canada. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know that I'm Canadian, so it is such a pleasure to be working with Aardvark because I absolutely love being able to support a Canadian business. How it works is that every month, Aardvark announces 4 to 5 books for members to choose from, and you're allowed to pick up to 3 books per box. The first book is $25.99 Canadian or $17.99 US, and for each additional book, it is $13.99 Canadian or $9.99 US. Their book boxes are super affordable. I don't think you can get a brand new hardcover book for those prices anywhere else. What I really like about Aardvark is how it gets me out of my comfort zone when it comes to reading. They offer a huge selection of genres from mystery, contemporary fiction, sci-fi, thriller, romances, and so much more. I find their book picks super unique because I wouldn't have discovered or picked up these books for myself if it weren't for Aardvark. Aardvark also has this free app where you can manage your subscription, pick out your books for the next month, and you can also take part in community discussions with other members and talk about other books you guys are reading. Inside this box they sent me, there are 3 books. The first book they sent me is The Key to My Heart by Leah Lewis. This is a heartwarming novel about hope after loss as a young widow mysteriously finds sheet music of her late husband's favorite songs at the train station's public piano. The second book I received is The New Life by Tom Crew. In this debut novel, 2 men, both in complicated marriages, risk their livelihoods and their lives to write a revolutionary novel in defense of gay love. The last book I received is Desert Creatures by Kay Chronister. Desert Creatures is a haunting story of endurance at the expense of redemption. And what compromise does survival require of a woman? And can she ever unlearn the instincts that have kept her alive? These 3 books seem super interesting, and The New Life and Desert Creatures both seem like 2 books that are outside my comfort zone, so I'm excited to crack them open and expand the types of stories that I read. Aardvark does ship to Canada and the US, and shipping is also free. It is super easy to join Aardvark. It only takes like 5 minutes. You can sign up for Aardvark by downloading the app on Google Play or the App Store and making your first purchase. Thank you Aardvark for sponsoring this video, and without further ado, let's get back into the book haul. The next 2 books I got are also from Aardvark Book Club, but I got them a few months ago. One of the books I got is Factory Girls by Michelle Gallen, and it is a historical fiction novel. Lately, I've been really interested in reading historical fiction novels. For the most part, the historical fiction novels I read are by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I really want to read more historical fictions by different authors, so I think picking up Factory Girls will help me do that. This also sounds like a book with a strong female character, so I'm so here for it and I'm excited to read this book. The next book I got is Gilded Mountain by Kate Manning. This is also another historical fiction novel, and I believe it also features another strong, independent female character, which is right up my alley. I don't really know much else to what this book is about, but I think I will enjoy it anyways. I also think this cover is so pretty. Like, I'm actually kind of obsessed with it. The next book I got is The Toll by Neil Shusterman. This book is a sci-fi fantasy read, and it is the 3rd book in the Arc of Sith series. I actually got this book a little while ago, so I already read it, and because it's the 3rd book in the series, I can't really tell you what it's about. All I'm gonna really say is that in the entire series, this book is probably my least favorite. I mean, don't get me wrong, it really wrapped up the world and the story really well, but it's a pretty thick book, and I found that the story kind of just dragged on a little bit. Like, the pacing of this story was just so much slower than the 1st and 2nd book, and I definitely think for me it impacted how enjoyable this book was. It just made it so much harder to follow the story and just soak up all the details. However, that being said, those are just my opinions. I definitely think the 1st and 2nd book are great reads, so please don't let what I say about this book stop you from trying out this series, because I really did like the 1st and 2nd book a lot. The next book I got is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelids. I hope I'm saying his last name right, I'm not quite sure, but this book is a mystery thriller novel. I've heard nothing but good things about this book, so I have high hopes that I will like it. I actually started reading this book this morning before I started filming this video. I'm only 13 pages in, so not far along. It is too early to tell you my thoughts on this book, but so far I'm enjoying it. I haven't lost interest yet. I have high hopes that I will actually really like this book, especially the fact that I recently got into mystery thriller novels. I just picked up one mystery thriller novel in the past and it just clicked. I just love this genre now. Let me just read you the back of this book. Alicia's life is seemingly perfect until one night when her husband Gabriel returns home late from work and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face and then never speaks another word. Alicia's refusal to talk or give any kind of explanation turns a domestic tragedy into a mystery that captures the public imagination, and she, the silent patient, is hidden away from the tabloids at the Groove, a secure psychiatric unit in North London. Criminal psychotherapist Theo Faber is captivated by Alicia's story and jumps at the opportunity to work with her. His determination to get her to talk and unravel the mystery of why she shot her husband will take him down a path more unexpected and more terrifying than he ever imagined. Yeah, doesn't that sound so intense and so good? So I am really excited to continue reading this book to see what happens. The next book I got is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. This book is another mystery thriller novel, and when I bought it, I had a gut feeling that this book was something I'm gonna really love. So not long after I bought it, I read the book and I was right. I absolutely loved it. I actually gave this book 5-star on Goodreads, and I hardly give books 5 stars, so that says something. And I also read this book in literally a day, and I don't read books that fast, so that also says something. It's such a page turner, the intensity is high. Reading this story will keep you on the edge of your seat, so I highly recommend you try this book out. It's so good. I can't emphasize enough how much I actually really love reading this book. The ending of this book is also actually kind of twisted. Like, I did not expect that at all. So if you're watching this video and you haven't read this book already, read this book or add this book to your reading list. The next book I got is Apples Never Fall by Leanne Moriarty. This book is another mystery novel. I believe it's also thriller. I can't really remember. Let me just read you the book description. If your mother was missing, would you tell the police, even if the most obvious suspect was your father? This is the dilemma facing the 4 Delaney siblings. The Delaneys are fixtures in their community. Their parents Stan and Joy are the envy of all their friends. After 50 years of marriage, they finally sold their famed tennis academy and are ready to start what should be the golden years of their lives. One night, a stranger named Savannah knocks on Stan and Joy's door bleeding after a fight with her boyfriend. The Delaneys are more than happy to give her the small kindness she sorely needs. But when Joy goes missing, Savannah is nowhere to be found and the police question Stan. 2 of the Delaney children think their father is innocent, 2 are not so sure. What is clear is that all the Delaneys will need to re-examine their family history in a new light. This book sounds pretty interesting. I also read that it's a mystery thriller novel that has a slower pacing. It's more medium paced, which is kind of new territory for me because I usually read mystery thriller novels that are super fast paced, but nevertheless, I'm excited to try it and see if I like it. The next book I got is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I've heard so many good things about this book, so I'm so excited that I finally have my own copy, and I cannot wait to read read it. Let me just tell you what this book is about. On a bitter cold day in the December of his junior year at Harvard, Sam exits a subway car and sees amid the hordes of people waiting on the platform Sadie. He calls her name. For a moment she pretends she hasn't heard him, but then she turns and a game begins. A legendary collaboration that will launch them to stardom. These friends, intimate since childhood, borrow money, beg favors, and before even graduating college, they have created the first blockbuster Ishigo. Overnight the world is theirs. Not even 25 years old, Sam and Sadie are brilliant, successful, and rich. But these qualities won't protect them from their own creative ambitions or the betrayals of their hearts. This book sounds so freaking good. I honestly don't even know what to expect, what's gonna happen, but I think that's a good thing because I just want to go into this book a little bit blind just to be surprised, you know? I can't wait for the day where I decide to pick up this book and read it. I also must say that I really like this cover. It's like rainbow and it's just really pretty. Everything about this book just seems so good. Alright guys, that is the end of my massive book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the books I picked up recently. If you guys have any of these books that I mentioned in this video, or if you read any of them, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you think. Also, comment what you're currently reading, or if you have any book recommendations for me. I'm always looking for new books to read, so please do comment down below and share with me what you guys are currently up to. I would love to read all about it. If you guys want to stay up to date with me on what I'm currently reading or what I'm up to, be sure to follow me on Goodreads and all my social media profiles. I will have all of those links in my description box below. Don't forget to check out Aardvark Book Club and the books they have to offer, and with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Pull the key out the ignition. Run your mouth but I never listen. You hold me back, will never last. Keep talking all your shit. Wondering how all this started. You left me broken hearted. You flip my words, yeah, this love hurts. Keep talking all your shit.